Salutations and welcome to the farm. So this last week we received yet another box from Misfit Markets chock full of beautiful organic produce. And for the first time in my life I found myself presented with Poblano peppers. I had no idea what to do with them. So I hit the internet and I started researching what am I going to do with these peppers. I'm only used to really working with bell peppers and the occasional jalapeno pepper, but with poblano peppers, I had no idea what to do. So research in hand, I have discovered a beautiful recipe. I'm going to give credit to the individual who put this recipe together, where I gleaned a lot of this knowledge from. I'll put that in the comments below. But first, let's get going here and see what we're going to do with these chilies. I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see what I'm doing here on my work surface, and we'll go through the steps one by one. So the first thing I did is I roasted my peppers. I roasted them over a hot plate, and then I put them in these bags to kind of sweat so they'll be easier to peel. We want to remove the skins. Now, I've never done this before, so I have no idea how easy it is to actually peel the skins off. But from what I saw, just should be able to just kind of peel them off. See how the charred skins just kind of peel off? And that's what we want. We want to remove all of this skin off of this pepper, these fire roasted peppers that we did. Okay, I peeled the peppers as best I could. I will admit I'm not very good at it. I scraped, I peeled. These were put in the broiler, they were oven roasted, they were fire roasted, but some of the peel was still just, some of the skin was just a little stubborn, but I think I got them good enough. So I'm gonna set these aside. These are all ready to go. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make our green sauce. So I'm gonna set these aside. I'm gonna use my Ninja, and we're gonna make our green sauce. So the first thing that we're gonna put in our cup here is a tomatillo. Now I've already peeled the paper off, I rinsed it off, they're kind of sticky and gummy, and I boiled this for 3 to 5 minutes in boiling water and then took it out. It changed the color, it made it nice and soft, and this is going to be the base for our green sauce. We're going to pop that in there. And to that we're going to add a handful of cilantro, fresh cilantro, cut up and lovely. We're going to put in 1 clove of garlic, and I'm putting in about 1.5 teaspoons of chicken bouillon base. Now you can use Knorr if you want to, any other chicken bouillon that you'd like. I'm using a vegan chicken bouillon that I made up, and I will put the iCard for that recipe up in the corner. I love using this stuff, it is so good. We're also going to put in about 1/2 cup of whole cream. And that's going to help us make our sauce. And you know what I forgot? I forgot. We need to have one of these peppers. So let me pick the saddest looking pepper that I've got in the group here. We're going to cut the top off of it and set that aside. I've already taken out all of the membranes, the pith and the seeds. I've already taken out all that. Got a little bit here of some skin that I couldn't get off. I'm going to take that off. We're going to pop that in here as well. And this is going to make our sauce. Okay, I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to get my hot plate ready because we're going to put this in a saucepan. We're going to reduce this just a little bit. Let's see how this sauce turned out. Got gunk all over my deal there. I'm going to put just a little bit of water in so I can shake this up and get the rest of this out. You can smell the peppers, the cilantro, the garlic. It all smells really nice. I'm not a big fan of green sauce. I know that my husband likes it, so we'll see how I do with this. I will confess I've never had a tomatillo before, So this is all new to me. Okay, so let's put together our Poblano enchiladas. You know, these are very friendly for you, those of you who are on a keto diet, because there's no tortillas. We're not going to be using any tortillas in this. So this would be great for a keto recipe. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to spoon just a little bit of sauce into the bottom of our chili. I have some chicken strips that I'm going to put in here, because as the author of this recipe said, there's just something about chicken and green chili. Now you can use real chicken strips, you can use shredded chicken. I'm using some plant-based chicken shreds or chicken strips. Next, we're going to put on some mozzarella cheese. Now I know mozzarella cheese doesn't sound like something you would use in a pepper dish, but I assure you that's what this one called for. Not a Mexican cheese, but mozzarella cheese. And here's the kicker to top it all off. I have sliced up and diced up some zucchini. Now I'm not a big fan of zucchini. Zucchini is one of those vegetables that caused me great traumatization as a child. But this one called for it, so I'm going to put it in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to carefully transfer this into my baking dish and fill each one up, and then we'll go to the next step. I've got all 3 of my Poblano chilies all stuffed and in the casserole dish, and isn't that beautiful? Now I have a little bit of chicken left over, so I'm just going to pop those on top and down into the crevices. There's no sense wasting it. I'm going to make sure that all gets eaten. And I also have a little bit of zucchini left over. We'll just throw a few of those on there as well. Now then, we're going to take what's left of our green sauce and pour it over the top. Isn't that beautiful? We're going to sprinkle some more cheese on top. And we're going to pop these in a 350 oven for about 30 minutes. They're gorgeous. I'll be right back. Our Poblano peppers are done. I've let them sit in the oven a little bit till they cooled. Look how beautiful they are. Look at that. Beautiful green sauce, beautiful chunks of chicken and zucchini and melted mozzarella that has browned and is all bubbly on top. I'm going to serve this with some of my Fiesta refried beans. When I can more of those this next summer, I will record that and I will put a link to that video in the description box down below. And I'm also going to serve this with some Mexican rice. So this is cooled enough that I'm going to dish it up. I'm going to get everything else ready and plate it and serve this for dinner tonight. So thank you so much for joining us here on the farm, here with Country Mama Musings.